Okay, so first of all, hello to everybody. For those of you who were waiting for me to go live, I apologize. I was in meetings all day, some very exciting things happening. As you guys know, I own businesses, I lead businesses, and yeah, it was one of those days. But I'm here to honor my agreement. Today is Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's a time for another Words of Wisdom with Arnon on Wednesday. So, looking forward to be here, excited to be talking to all of you guys. Yeah, there we go, a little bit better. Great, so we've got Facebook in the house, we've got Instagram in the house, and let's give everyone a few moments to join, okay? And yeah, we've got a very interesting topic today that I want to share with you guys. Something that I experienced on my last safari leadership experience. So when I was in South Africa, in the bush. And I want to share with you guys all a very powerful lesson that I took from that experience that I haven't spoken about yet. So let's get started. Let's dive right in. I am really, really looking forward to sharing this information with you guys. So you guys all know that there are different unwritten laws in the universe. Now, this topic is called how to succeed by using one of the most important unwritten laws in the universe. Okay, so there's different laws in the universe, unwritten laws, right? So let me give you guys an example, okay? So one of the unwritten laws in the universe, I'm sure a lot of you've heard about, is the law of attraction. The law of attraction, right? What you think about, what you hold in your mind, what you hold in front of your vision, that's what we attract. We pull towards us, right? That's the law of attraction, in short, okay? But there's different laws in the universe. And if you understand these laws, if you not only understand them, but if you grab onto them, and if you live by them, if you implement them, results are inevitable. Success is inevitable. So, you know, there's the law of attraction, there's the law of attention, there's the law of intention, there's the law of gratitude, there's the law of reciprocity. But tonight, I want to talk about something that is called the law of average. The law of average, the law of averages, rather, the law of averages, right? So let's talk about the law of averages. So let me give you guys an example. I'm sure you've heard the statistic that 80% of all businesses that start end up going bankrupt within the first 2 years. Over 80% of all businesses that start up, on average, all the businesses that start up go broke within a 2-year period, 80% of them. However, here's something interesting that a lot of people don't know. That the business owners that go bankrupt, right, in those first 2 years, 80% of them, the business owners that pick themselves up, lift themselves up, dust themselves off, and start a new business, their chance of succeeding is over 80%. Why? Because now they've learned the lessons. Now they've taken they've understood what worked, what didn't work, and what caused them to learn a great lesson, right? So the law of averages says this. If you put a blindfold on, right? Imagine you blindfold yourself and you cross the road. You cross the road blindfolded. The chances are you might be okay. Everything will be okay. The chances are you will be able to cross from one side of the road to the other side of the road, no problem, blindfolded. Okay? But let's talk about the law of averages. The law of averages says if you do something continuously and enough times, a certain outcome is almost guaranteed. What does that mean? So let's say I do that. I cross the road blindfolded once and nothing happens. I do it twice and nothing happens. Heck, I do it 3 times and absolutely nothing happens. Guess what? On the 4th or the 5th or the 6th or the 7th or the 8th time of me crossing the road from one side to the other, blindfolded, chances are that I will get hit by a car and something really bad will happen to me. And that is, my friends, the law of averages at play. Okay, Arnon, that's a great fucking idea. How do I use that? How do I take that and implement it in my life, in my business? How does that help me succeed? Here you go, my friends. A lot of people talk about the fear of, I'm afraid of failing, the fear of failure. And actually, when people say to me, Arnon, I have a fear of failure, I say bullshit. You don't necessarily have a fear of failure. It's more likely you have the fear of success. Because most people, the way they live their lives in a relevant amount of failure. They're struggling to pay their bills. They're struggling to go on luxury holidays. They're struggling to pay the school fees. They're struggling to live the lifestyle they want. They struggle to give the lifestyle they want and pray for to their children, to their wives, their husbands, their community, their tribe. And so most people live a life like that. So when someone says to me, I have a fear of failure, I say, no. In most cases, you've adapted to failure, but you're actually more afraid of success. And here is where the law of averages comes into play. So listen closely. The reality is, if you start a business and you fail, like I said before, 80% of all businesses that start up, 80% on average of all businesses that start up fail in the first 2 years. However, businesses that failed and start again, their chance of success is statistically and researched over 80% chance of success. So why am I sharing this with you? Is because the law of averages is always working to your favor and against you. If you're doing something good, eventually something good will happen. Let me give you an example. I've got next to me right here a pile of some books, okay? Some great books. Some of you know these books. Great books. Now, I'm just going to take one book, okay? Random book, right? So here's a book, right? Great book, right? It's called Delivering Happiness. It's a business book. It's a book about customer service. It's about building raving fans, etc., etc. Now, if you read this book by Tony Hsieh, who passed away not so long ago, if you read this book and you master this book and you study this book and you make good notes about this book and you implement this book, the law of averages is working for you. In other words, if you read this book and 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 this book and this book and this book and this book, all these good business books, you read them, you chew them, you swallow them, you master them, and you implement them, guess what? The law of averages is going to work to your advantage. What does it mean? It means that success is not far off. Success is close by. Success is around the corner. And that's something so powerful. You don't have to worry about, oh, if my business fails or succeeds. No, the key is to start your business, drive your business, learn from your business. Even if you fail, who cares? Get up and go another round. Go round 2, go round 3, go round 4. Remember, to succeed in business, you only need to get it right once. You only have to get it right once. So who cares if you Failed before that, failed before that, failed before that, failed before that. The law of averages is working in your favor, guys. So if you start a business and you fail, but you learn from it, and then you start another business, and this time the business does a lot better, but you don't really succeed big, but now you at least manage to make a little bit of money, you're adding value to the marketplace, right? You're learning on the journey. And then you decide, I'm going to start another business. I've met a great partner, a great product, I have a great service, I'm going to start another business, and I'm going to take my knowledge from my first business, my knowledge from my second business, and I'm going to implement it into my third business. The law of averages is working in your advantage. And so the path to success is inevitable. Please understand that. The reason why I sit here, financially free, have built several multi-million-pound businesses, live a very blessed life, is because I never quit. I never gave up. I always used the law of averages in my advantage. I read another book. I took another seminar. I implemented a course. I hired a coach. I hired another coach. I hired another coach. I hired another coach. But the key is you've got to use these unwritten laws of the universe to your advantage. Because guess what? You start a business, you don't succeed, you learn from it, you start another business. And then you take those lessons in the next business, and that business, you make a little bit of money. Okay, great. So you learn from that experience as well. Then you start another business. By the time you're on business 5, 6, 7, you've built up all this muscle on how to succeed and how to build a great business that adds a lot of value, right? That will help you achieve your financial freedom, that by the time you're on business number 7, number 8, number 9, it's so instinctive to you to take that business from 0 to 1 million. I hate to be arrogant, my friends, but any business that I touch, that I start, any business, I don't care what industry it's in, any business that I touch, that business is going to well over 1 million. Why? Because I've done it so many times. I just know how to get from point A to point B. Was it always like that? No. Did I learn a lot of lessons on the way? Yes. Was it sometimes painful? What do you think? Of course it was. But the secret is to use the law of averages in your advantage. If you keep knocking on the doors, if you keep showing up, knocking on the door, showing up, guess what? Eventually, one of the doors will open. So, my friends, thank you for your patience. Great to see all of you here so late. I appreciate all of you. I love all of you. I hope you got some value out of this short live. I'll be here again, not same time, but same place. Next week, Wednesday, back to normal time to share with you some more words of wisdom. So until next week, sending you all a lot of strength, a lot of power, and we'll see each other soon. Take care. Ciao.